are you doing? Welcome to AlphaBeta Soup, where I highlight different games from AlphaBetaGamer.com. This week, I'm looking at Drunken Wrestlers 2, developed by Oleg Scut, or Scoot. I apologize if I got the name wrong.
Ready to blow!
Drunken Wrestlers 2, it's a physics-based multiplayer fighting game. The way the game works is incredibly simple. You make your fighter, you get put in the octagon, and you have to beat up the other players to the point of elimination. That's right, this isn't like the UFC, this is an all-out brawl. If you knock someone's head off, or if you punch them in half, or if you kick their leg off, you still fight. You're trying to take out the other people.
Decapitation.
And let me tell you, there's gonna be times where you're crawling on the ground with just one arm, and you're just trying to make your way over to the other player to get that one little punch, and then you get your head punted off.
Oh, I'm missing a foot, dude.
That's what I'm talking about. Drunken Wrestlers 2 is fun. It has a lot going for it. It's just in a weird place right now. The game is in early access. It's available on Steam. You can download it now and give it a shot. You're going to have fun with it, but at the same time, you need to understand that this game definitely has a lot of work ahead of it before it reaches that premier level of a multiplayer fighting game. If you've ever played Gang Beasts, Human Fall Flat, Stick Fight the game, you're gonna have an idea of what is going on here. There aren't any weapons, but the way your characters move around, they're kind of like drunk. If you try to make too many movements, they're gonna fall over and they're gonna take a little bit to get back up. Their punches are gonna throw them off balance. There are gonna be times when you go to kick someone, and when you do, your entire lower body is gonna kick out from underneath you, and your character is gonna fall to the mat. Oh god! It's funny to watch, it's fun to play. You're going to have fun with this, especially if you're playing with a group of friends. However, I still have some nitpicks for it. The way the game is played, it's WASD and the arrow keys. WASD will allow you to move, the arrow keys will allow you to punch. There's some other buttons, like spacebar will allow you to block, but that's the gist of it. My nitpicking problem with this game are the pace of the fights and how much the physics affect your character's movement. I say pace because walking over to other players, or when you fall down and you're trying to get back up, it just takes a long time. It just takes longer than you want. You just want to beat up the other players. So I feel like that should be sped up just a little bit. Like, let me just get in there and beat someone up. I understand that the physics have to be taken into consideration, and that's going to cause your character to move in funky ways, and it does add to the humor for the most part. But I think it also creates the biggest problem, which, like I said, is the pace of the fights. I played with my buddies Devon and John, and there were definitely times when all three of us were on the mat, or two of us were on the mat, and one was standing. And you just kind of have to wait, and you're just thinking, come on, like, let's get this going, and you're trying to stand up. Get that part moving, like, let us get back up. Earlier I said I had a problem with the physics, and really my only problem with the physics is how easy the game can bring you to the mat. Give the characters a little more balance, just a little more balance. That way, you aren't doing a kick and your entire lower body is kicking out, and you're doing a flip onto the mat, and you're like, whoa, what just happened?
Oh, critical damage. I'm in half!
Yeah! Overall, this is a fun multiplayer fighting game. There's a lot to look forward to it, especially in terms of character customization. I mean, I even saw Rick's hair from the classic show, Rick and Morty, which, that's awesome. There's going to be a lot more customization, I imagine. There are other modes. We played the kickboxing mode, but there's also a boxing mode and a turn-based mode. Unfortunately, the boxing mode is very unstable right now, and the turn-based mode is pretty much broken at this point. But like I said, it's in early access. Oleg is working on the game. he definitely has a solid foundation. So Oleg, way to go. Keep at it. Keep doing your thing. We are looking forward to jumping back in this game.
I'm still gonna teabag your ass. Get over here.
I won all the matches that I played against John and Devon, so I think even with my complaints about the pace and the physics, I like to say that I got a pretty strong grasp of the controls, and I will be a threat in the octagon. So everybody else, look out. I'm coming for you. As always, don't forget to check out AlphaBetaGamer.com. They have tons of free alphas and betas and demos, so definitely head on over there. And thank you for checking out Alpha Beta Soup. I'm Peter, and I'll see you next time.
Falling. I spend more time on the ground.
Where did you guys go?
Just
Dude,
happened.
I'm in the stands, bro.
You're coming back.
Bro, you kicked me into oblivion.
Yeah!
I don't understand what just happened.
This game. I came back into the thing, and Peter punched me in the head.
Oh, because
This
they
game
took
is
out...
flawed. I just want to let everyone know that today is the day I will be resigning from Black and White Gaming.
Call me the tactician, baby.